Hi everyone, and thank you for coming back to Start Being Happy, the channel about self-love and self-care and finding joy through those. Thank you too for your lovely feedback. My inner saboteur has been having a field day with me saying, who do you think you are doing these vlogs? See, I'm learning the lingo, not podcasts, vlogs. But thank you for your support. It's got me back on the horse and I'm here again today because I've been thinking about our last conversation about clinging so tightly to our own stories and wanting to be right and to be seen when we're right, and how annoyed and frustrated and angry we can get when we're not understood. And in any given situation, we may be right. We may have been really hurt or wounded by the behaviour of somebody else, but needing to be right doesn't necessarily serve us. It keeps us contracted and small and sometimes feeling victimised. So what I find helpful is to think, yeah, I might be right, but that person who hurt or angered me, they've got their own story, their own map of the world, and they're not going to change it for me. They may never have the capacity to understand my thoughts or my perspective. And it's the same for me with other people. Unless we've walked in, as we all know, unless we've walked in other people's shoes, no one knows exactly what somebody else is thinking or feeling. But if we are feeling frustrated or annoyed or hurt and we don't know what to do with it, I find it helpful to firstly be willing to release the need to be right and to put my monkey mind and my thoughts on the shelf, and I close the door and I drop into my heart and I feel myself start to relax a little. I'm not saying it's easy, it takes time and it takes practice, daily practice, but as my teacher Barb says, mastery isn't for the faint-hearted. It takes time and it takes commitment. So when I drop into the heart, what I mean when I say that is when we're really in touch with our heart, when we imagine holding it and seeing it and visualizing it for the magnificent thing that it is. We see how precious we are, how magnificent we are, and we don't look so much to the outside world for validation. We don't look so much for them, for the outside world or that person or that situation to understand us. We know how we feel. We feel strengthened and we feel restored and nourished when we spend time daily just sitting in our heart, in that inner place of sacredness. And that's where I find the serenity and the peace. That's what nourishes me and gives me strength to keep going back out there and thinking, okay, another day that might not have panned out the way that I wanted, but at the core of me, that's all that matters, my heart, just as much as it does for everybody else. When we tune into that part, we see the magnificence in ourselves, but hopefully too in that of those around us, even if they're not, if we're not always on the same wavelength or the same perspective. So that was my thought for today. Thanks for listening and have a good day. Bye.